Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more Battle Brothers. And we just finished our first independent contract, and all it entailed was following a caravan to a new town. And taking a look at that town that we've just entered, I noticed that the contract thing over here had a locked icon. So what it says here is contracts are locked. Only contracts by the noble house owning this fortification are available here, but they don't recognize you as worthy of their attention. Increase your renown and fulfill the ambition of noble houses to take notice of the company in order to unlock new contracts. So right now, this location is just not really all that interested in us. The overworld supply, this place has been recently supplied with fresh wares, and many of those can now be bought for the right price. Okay, so that's just kind of a side effect of the caravan we followed. So with that in mind, we really don't have anything to do here. We don't have any contracts we can pick up. So first off, what is going on with our relationship? So this is what town? It was, I believe, called something with a G. I don't even see it on the list here, so we have no relationship with them. And right now, we don't have any relationship with House Harkon either, so I think what we need to do is build up our house relationship. Right now, though, Dornthal and Krakdorf like us quite a bit. We did the opening mission for Dornthal, so that made them happy, and we just finished our mission escorting the caravan as promised for Krakdorf, so they like us a little bit better as well. So I think we might have to backtrack here unless we see something on the map that really screams, you know, hey, check me out. So I'm just going to look around. We do have another faction very close by and another town over here that's fairly close by. But again, I don't know if I'd get any jobs there necessarily. It could be because the way that this town is, it's kind of like a fort. So this is more of a noble town, whereas these are farms, and we might be having just, you know, more generic jobs there. So with that in mind, it might actually be worth coming over and stopping here, and then coming over and stopping here and stopping here while we're over here and just checking the towns out. And maybe we'll find some action on our way as well. So what I think I'm going to do, just because I think this is the closest town, is we're going to move over to here and see what that gets us. And while we travel, we'll get people that are injured treated, so we won't have to worry about that as much. Although the one guy that's really injured is pretty bad off, and it'll take a few days for him to get better. All right. Looks like more than likely we'll... Yeah, okay. So the auto-pathing of this game seems to be fairly good, although we just broke... Oh, actually, can we go this way? Oh, okay, so we can go through the mountains. Interesting, I didn't know that. I expected to have to go around. Might slow us down quite a bit, so maybe not. Alright, so what is the deal with this? Fang and Coin, a free mercenary company traveling the lands and lending their swords to the highest bidder. Okay, so they're mini mercenaries hired by Weisenhaus, which is, if we look at the factions... I'm not sure if I know what that means, but they have a job, so we probably shouldn't do that, or we'll probably upset someone. Doesn't seem like we're moving all that slowly off through this rocky area. Okay, so we do have a contract available, so I'm more than likely going to take it. And they're terrified villagers. The villagers here are terrified of unknown horrors. Fewer potential recruits are to be found on the streets, and people deal less favorable with strangers. Well, we'll still take a look at what they've got for us. So what do we have here? We've got another one of these laborer guys. Seems like he's fairly cheap and maybe worth it. We also have another apprentice, and those guys seem to be very worth it because of the upgrade to their experience gain. And then finally we have a caravan hand, which is pretty expensive. So caravan hands are used to long and exhausting travels. These guys are used to all kinds of physical work, but don't excel in any. And then, as we know, that these guys learn faster than others. I think about taking this guy, though, just because of his low upkeep and low cost. And right now, I think that's exactly what we need, and it gets us a little bit closer to the ideal number that I'm looking at. But I'm going to hire this guy. And let's take a look at the marketplace, even though it did say they would charge me more here, and that does look like that is indeed the case. All right, well, let's take a look at this new guy that we just bought. So here he is. And he has a death wish. I'm not dead yet. This character doesn't care about receiving injuries and will fight on regardless. No morale check triggered upon losing hit points. All right, that's pretty good. He's dumb, though. He does not gain experience very fast. That's unfortunate. Oh, well. I am going to upgrade his sackcloth outfit here, though, to a linen tunic, because we knew we had one in the inventory. And he is more of a close combat guy. For now, I'm just going to give him the cleaver that we have on hand. And he's just going to have to deal with that. I should probably equip him, though, a little bit better. While we still have this guy in reserve. And it appears he's still recovering from the split shoulder. Why don't we go ahead and equip him with what gear we have from that farmer. So, just go ahead and give him those weapons and that gear. And that should be good. For now. And then when we get this guy back, we'll have even more guys in the front line. And that makes me happy. Okay, let's go ahead and take our contract. Maybe we can make these guys a little bit less terrified. Okay, negotiations. Hildrick, the trade master, is standing by his window, peering out while nursing a mug of mead. He doesn't really seem to be focused on anything in particular, and even talks as if he couldn't care less about the conversation. Grey robbers are plundering the cemetery again. I'm not really asking much of you, Sellsword, other than to go there and put an end to this foolish business. Go to that cemetery and kill every grave robber you see. Got it? Good. Let's talk money. Jingles a bag of coins. This will be yours if you help me out on this. It's 340 crowns when the contract is done. I accept your offer. I'm not gonna negotiate with him purely because I do not have much rep with these guys, and I don't think it will go well. So I accept your offer. Okay, secure ancestral barrier ground. Get 340 crowns on completion. I accept this contract. That's quite a good amount of money outside of that initial quest we got for the start of the campaign. This is the most we've been offered, so it could be really dangerous. Granted, that one run was 190 gold, and we had no opposition. So I am hoping some grave robbers are not too much of a trouble for us. I accept this contract. And again, hopefully we will stop these guys from being terrified. So I'm assuming we have to figure out where these ancestral barrier grounds are. So we're going to leave for now. Okay, so the quest is somewhere. Ah, I see it right there. You're going to want to go over there. I'm not going to go through the woods, though. I'm not that stupid. If there is some kind of monsters or what have you terrifying these villagers, we do not want to be walking through woods at any time. Yeah, we are going to be going at night. Might want to camp. Oh, brigands. Your scout reports that you've seen the following. A few brigand thugs, some brigand raiders. All right, to arms. I was just about to say, I see some footsteps. Okay, so these guys, there's what, how many of them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that was the number that was indicated on the map. And we should outnumber them. Currently, we had one guy in reserve, though, so we are not quite as well off as maybe we could have been. I am going to just space it out, wait with Enyar the Younger, because I don't have a good shot here, I don't think. We can confirm, but yeah, we're not in range, and even if we were, we'd have to shoot through our own guys, so I don't think that would work out for us. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And I think the same thing here. I'm going to wait for my front line to move before we start moving the guys that are in the back line. In any case, we do get this guy to come up forward. And we get to react a little bit to what these guys are doing. So again, I'm going to wait. Okay. And again, I'm going to wait here. And honestly, I am in a position where I'm probably would be better off waiting for them. Granted, they could get the high ground from me by standing up here, but if I'm not next to the high ground, I don't know if it's really going to matter necessarily. But what I'm thinking about doing is wheeling down here because these guys don't have any ranged combatants. I don't really have to worry about being shot at here. And if I were to just go after this guy, it would take me 4 movement points to move to him, and then I would have enough to hit him. But then I would have to worry about the counterattack. And this would be literally the only guy that could attack. So I think the wiser move here is to get in just a good defensive position, maybe. And let them come to me. Maybe even back up and use this high ground for one of the guys with pitchforks to stand behind. So I think we wheel a little bit. And we move over this way. And that, I think, is it for now. We could do a shield wall, but if we think about how many movement points they've got here, so it'd be 2, 4, 6 minimum. There's no way they'd have enough action points to attack this guy. So I don't think there's a reason to do that unless we're going to benefit from the fact that the shield wall chains to other people using shield wall. So if we get another guy right here to do shield wall, we'll give him a little bit of a bonus of +5 defense. So it might be worth it. But the question is, can we do that? So 2, 4, 6. No, there's no point in doing that. So we might as well just end the turn. Okay. I would like to wheel this guy down. So 2, 4, 6, 8. He should be able to get over here. Either way. And we'll use him as kind of a flanker. So if they come over and attack, we're going to wheel in here and try and take them like that. Okay. So the idea is this guy's going to move here. So this guy, I think we just move here. For now. And that's probably good for a turn. And then this guy, I think we'll wheel down to here. We could leave a gap here, but... Matter of fact, I think I screwed up my line. I think I should have drawn it back a little bit further. Alright, you know what? I'm going to hit the space bar here. Because I think what I should have done is moved over here. Because I think my line's going to actually end up being here, and we maybe screwed that up a little bit. Yeah, I'm just going to hit the space bar for now. We're going to put this guy where he should have gone. I just got a little confused there, I think, with what I wanted to end up doing. And I could have pulled it off. I just allowed myself to be a little bit confused. Okay. Well, we may have an opening here to shoot. Question is, who do we have the best shot at? Looks like, really our only shot is this guy. I might as well take it. Oh, there was a guy sitting right there. Well, that works for me. And we'll reload because why not? Okay. Now, out of this group, I don't know who the best combatant it is, but we are going to move up onto the high ground. And then end turn. And then we're going to move back a little bit. And end turn. Yeah, I think I may just keep my line as it is. So this move was probably silly, actually, in retrospect. Because I think what I'm going to end up having to do is move this guy down this way, just to protect this guy. Oh well, so we'll just... This is not something we want to do yet, so I think we're just going to end turn here. Ideally, I would have wanted my line over here, but this guy got put in a bad position, and he's not going to get to go before these guys go, so I think we might get stuck in the position I accidentally put myself in. Oh well. Let's go ahead and just end the turn, and we'll move this guy down just to protect. But I did make a little bit of mistakes there, I think, because ideally would have wanted the line out like this, rather than the way it is. Okay, so we're just going to space it out. And I'm going to space out this guy for now, just in case we do get some action we can do. I mean, a lot of this is just waiting for our opponent. Yeah, see, as I thought. Okay, so we can shoot again. We still can't necessarily see this guy, but we also know that he is in a position that he could jump out of the woods or the bush and hit me. So we're going to shoot over here again. Hit him again. And I'm going to run, I think, to here, because that should put me far enough away that he can't hit me. And we'll end turn. Oh, okay, so we took a little bit of damage there. I am going to space this guy out, even though we could use him to rush in here and chop away. It does cost him 6 action points to do that, so just not yet. Alright, so this guy is in a position where he might as well attack. This guy's a better guy to attack, so we'll do that. Okay. And then we're going to shield wall here because he is in a position where he's going to get attacked quite a bit here. So might as well up his defense. Okay. And I think the same thing here. We're going to want to up our defense to help this guy out because it chains. So we're going to do another shield wall here. And then I'm going to space him out though, just in case somebody does run up to him. And then we have our other attack here. Might as well go for it. Good injury there. And we could maybe finish this guy off. Potentially. But we do also have the pitchforks coming in behind these attacks. So I think shield wall is the right call. Just to up our defense for this initial round. Oh, interesting. He had javelins. Okay, so now pitchfork time. So we have a lot of targets. This is kind of the whole ideal of how this works. I think we might want to go for people like this guy. See, same damage or attack chance, but this guy I think is more threatening than a guy with a knife. So let's go after him. And that's going to be pretty much the turn. Unfortunately, I don't think can get into a position to use the pitchfork this turn. Well, no, actually, we can step forward 1 space. And then poke this guy. There we go. And then we'll stay on top of our high ground. Poke that guy, knock him down. And end our turn. Alright, now it's time for the counterattack, I think. Let's step up here. And try and beat this guy down. Alright, well it didn't work, but it was worth a try. And this guy, I think we're just going to wheel around. And put him into a position where he can come in and attack next turn. And end turn. Okay, so this guy we held off on. Well, we might as well go after somebody that has a little bit better chance to hit here. This guy has a shield wall up, which is why he's a little bit harder to hit. But I'm going to try and hit this guy. Well, we managed to pull it off. Ooh, some throwing axes too. So these guys do have range weapons. I just kind of underestimated them a little bit. All right, so this guy only has one real target here. We could wait, though, and just see what these guys are up to. But I think the battle lines have more or less formed themselves. So we'll go ahead and try and finish this guy. And hurt the morale of the bad guys as a result. Okay, our crossbow is going to get reloaded here. I don't think we've got a good target, though, because our own guys are on the way. So, for now, I think we just step maybe this way. Okay, so again, we can follow up here with attacks. But I want the surround bonuses if I can get them. So if we push our line here, we might be able to get some surround bonuses. So I am going to go ahead and pass this one off. Now we know we're not going to really get an attack with this guy because we managed to kill this guy. So let's instead just wheel him in so we can get the surround. And for now, I'm going to go ahead and pass his turn. We're just trying to get a bonus out of him for now. I am going to completely pass this guy's turn just because I think want to move this guy up instead. Now, if I do that, this guy gets to move first. So I may want to consider the ramifications of that. How about we move up on him and attack him now? So I'm just going to go ahead and hit him. Do we want to go for the bash? I think we want to go for the bash. I think the same chance to hit. All right, it missed. That's okay. We could have him move out now, just to allow this guy to step in, which I don't think is necessarily a bad idea. So I am going to do that. Oh, well, that's one of the reasons why maybe you don't want to do that. Okay, so this guy doesn't have a shield wall up, but he does at least have a shield. What we could do is move up in a place that makes us be able to attack this guy. So what I'm going to do here, alternatively, I move behind my shield wall and defend myself. But I kind of want to kill this guy because he's a pain in my ass right now. So let's just move up this way. We still can't see him, though, unfortunately. All right, well, we still did good work here. Oh, wow, we managed to almost kill that guy. Okay. So, what we're going to want to do is poke at the guy that's surrounded. And maybe if we injure him bad enough... I think we are going to want to follow up with the shield wall again. Just to keep it up. Okay, we're going to move up here. And we're going to poke this guy in the ribs. And that's going to be the turn. Alright, he's keeping his shield wall up. I want to try and stun this guy so he doesn't get to go. These rolls to hit are terrible. But hey, we pulled it off. And I am half tempted, because we did get that to work, to hit him again. But I think instead we're just going to do the shield wall, because that's what that guy's there for. Alright, now it's time to poke away with the pitchfork. 47%, 72%. Well, you know, go with the better chance. Okay, good hit. And end turn. Okay, and our guy with the axe, unfortunately, doesn't have really a move here, so we're just going to end turn. Alright, so I think this is a no-brainer. We're just going to move up. We do have enough to attack afterwards. So we're going to work on the guy that has the best chance to hit for now. Okay. We have our other pitchfork ready to go. So same thing here. We're going to hit him. He's got good armor, though, so he's standing up to it. All right, well, now we can chop away at him. Big hit there. Managed to chop into his ribs nice and good there. All right. I am tempted to run out, but we'll just end the turn. So I still have not found the guy that's hiding this bush, and I really want to go after him so that we can stop him from throwing javelins at Enyar the Younger here. Now, as long as he isn't bleeding out, I think he'll be okay. But yeah, I think that's the right call. So I am going to continue to move here and try and see if we can find this guy. And if we don't pull it off, at the very least, I'm still poking at this guy. Alright, so he did manage to block it. Okay, our shield wall is doing its job. Can shoot a crossbow bolt here, and then what I might do is just run. And get into... or out of range of these damn javelins. So he doesn't go down. Go ahead and end the turn. Alright, so he switched weapons there. I think I'm going to move over... Well, this guy, I think, ran out of his little throwing axis. I don't know if it really matters. We're just going to move up here. And try and finish this guy off. And then we're going to step up. Now we've got the surround bonus going on this guy. Give him a nice jab. And end the turn. Ooh, ow. Okay, so we just lost somebody there. Was that, not sure who that was that went down. I think that might have been the peddler guy. Oh well, he ate too much anyway. Alright, well. We have a little bit less of a surround bonus on this guy going. But you know, that's kind of the way this game goes, is people go down. Fortunately, we're having to force our way through the shield wall here, which is not great for us as far as attacks go. Alright, so he just shield walled up. Which is honestly a wise move for him. I might go into full poke mode with this guy and try and take him out. On the other hand, I might space it out and just try and surround this guy and finish him off. So I am going to move up on top of this hill. We're not going to have enough action points to do anything there yet. But at least we get the high ground, which is going to cause this guy to go into full flee, which is what we want, because now we can poke the crap out of him, and he doesn't have his shield wall up anymore. So we'll end the turn for now. Okay, so do we want to poke the crap out of him? Well, our chance is still 58%. Let's go for it. Unfortunate. A shield is protecting him. Alright, I think I do want to back up here a little bit. And not put this guy in kind of the line of fire here, because this guy might chase after. So I think what we're going to do, I think the wise move here is just to collapse back with the line. Yeah. That's kind of what I was afraid was going to happen. Alright, so we're going to reload here. And if we have a shot, we'll take it. Fortunately, we don't have a very good shot. I think I'm going to take it anyway. Alright, hit the shield. Alright, we'll try and poke the crap out of this guy and finish him off. And I don't see a reason why to put up a shield wall now. I think we just finish him. Alright, so this guy, we're going to come up and try and put some harm on this opponent over here. I'm going to throw a bash out, even though I don't think it's likely to hit. Oh, there we go. So far, so good. And his turn. Ow. See, that we don't want to have happen. Cut artery, so that's no good. Okay. 62% chance there. I think we go for the finish. Well, actually, these guys are just as wounded. This guy's gonna flee, so I think we go after the guy that's not fleeing. We put some hurt on him. Kind of counterattack a little bit. Unfortunately, I don't want to run here because these guys will just chop into me. So, let's go for the guy that we have the best chance to hit and then just go for that. Yeah, see, he fled, and what that did is caused everybody around him to have an area, or I'm sorry, a attack of opportunity. So, he has a shield, so what we're going to want to do, I think, here is chop into the shield. There we go. Now you're open to us. Alright, now we try and make these guys pay. So we got 46% and 42%. Let's poke him. Fortunately, these are not great chances to hit. I think this guy might go down because of the cut artery. This is going to cause him to lose a lot of hit points a turn. But we're going to try and hit him here. We did manage to pull that off. These guys are very well armored, which is the real problem we have here. Well, 57% chance, we'll go for it. Fortunate. Alright, we're going to move up here. I'm going to try and poke the crap out of this guy. Alright, that did us some good work. Okay, reload. And fire. This is not a good place, I think, to fire right now. We're going to catch our own guys in the line, so I think instead we just hop down. Oh, we can't do that just yet. So we at least reloaded. So let's end the turn. Ah, there we go, unfortunately. Another one goes down. Another injury. Bad injury. Just take a look at it. So cut arm, deep chest cut. Alright, so we are losing guys, unfortunately. Alright, so this guy's a little bit more open to us now. We're going to try and stun him. Yet again. There we go, we got him. And I just think we keep beating on him. Alright, nice injury there. Okay, so time to poke away. We have 48% chance. And that's about it, so let's go for this guy. He did put up a shield wall, which is the reason why he's hard to hit. Alright. Well, we're not going to go after the shield wall. Instead, we're going to go after this guy. Okay. Let's try and finish this guy off. And miss, unfortunately. Alright, well this is really our last chance, I think, to avoid dying here. Okay. Got 2 attacks on this guy. We should have a good chance to hit him. Oh, granted, he does have the shield wall up. Okay, so we're going to try and move here. Get myself in a position where I can shoot these guys without hitting someone else. Okay. Not quite yet. Let's move a little bit more. Alright, we'll just go for it. There we go. Not a bad hit, though. Okay, we'll keep moving this way. Alright, fortunate for us that guy missed. So we should be able to put a hurt on these guys. There we go, that's what we're looking for. I think we just took, yeah, did damage his hand pretty good there. This is obviously a pretty tough battle that we're having here, and it's because these guys are very well armed. Unfortunately, very fatigued over here. That's what's going on there. Alright. Now we can poke away at these guys. They're very fatigued, though, as well. So, we go with the more sure chance, I think, here. All right, hopefully we can hit this time rather than fail to hit. Oh my. 71% chance, failed twice. All right, we're going to go for the sure hit. We managed to pull it off. Okay, see, that was bad what just happened there. So what he did is he did a thing where if we miss, he gets a counterattack, which is bad. We don't want that. All right, well, we're going to try and finish this guy off with our guys with the shields. All right, good hit. Okay, reload. Should have a clear shot here. Not a particularly good one, though, because of the shield wall. We'll move up here. And again, poke him. Okay. So now that I know this guy has that counterattack up, I don't ideally want to attack into him. I honestly should have killed him by now. So instead what I'll do is just pass my turn. All right. So we'll keep coming after him, even though our chance to hit is low. And we have no choice here. And hit him again. All right, well. I can't just sit here and let him attack me, though. There we go. Make him pay for hitting you. Have a ripped ear. So a little bit reduction in initiative here. End turn. All right. So this guy, we're just going to move around a little bit. And end the turn. So reload. And fire. And keep poking this guy. Try and get him down. There we go. This guy has a lot of injuries. There we go, finally. So we had a couple people go down here. The Peddler and Berengar went down. Berengar is going to be sorely missed. He was a good member of the squad, and I'm sad to see him go. This was a very tough fight, and I think a lot of that is just how heavy the gear that our opponent had was. And unfortunately, we didn't really get a lot of that back. We didn't get that from the enemy. We got some armor here that will help, but they had mail and all kinds of stuff. And as a result, I mean, we're going to loot this, but I think that the damage we took to our squad means that we're going to have to go back and heal up at the town and wait things out maybe a little bit. So I'm going to leave. But that really did hurt our chances of going and doing this burial ground mission, because our squad is just very beat up, and unfortunately we dropped a couple members too. So I think this is a good point to go ahead and put a cut in the video, though. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner signing out.